I just made a video on how to do like a really quick salad in like 3 minutes without faffing about. I'm just sitting eating it. So I want to make this video about how you balance the flavours. So for years, you know, you got to eat salad and you got to have no dressing on it, and I'd kind of be like, oh, really nice, great, and you just hate food. You just end up hating food, to taste or anything. Thing is, if you've been eating processed food for a while, or if you don't eat greens or it's just going to take your palate. It's not refined to eat it, and it's going to take a while, and you don't want to do that. You want it to be nice. So I just wanted to explain a few things that I'm eating on here and why sometimes it's difficult, and you know, I struggle a bit still. So the first thing is the balance. So you've got to have really, to make it really taste appetizing, fun and nice, and afterwards you go, oh yeah, that was really good. You need to have some kind of fats in it, that's kind of rounded. You need to have something sharp or sour. You need to have something a bit salty, maybe a bit spicy even, maybe a bit sweet. So what have I got on my plate here? Just move my camera a bit, eat most of it, but I was just getting inspired. Where are we going? There we are. So I just did like, so first of all, I would generally eat the sauerkraut. See my video on sauerkraut? If you eat it on its own, sauerkraut, clues in the title really, it's quite sour, bitter really, I think is the thing. But you have to watch my video on sauerkraut because we don't have bitter or sour foods in our diet anymore. You know, the fats and the sugars have taken over, and it's really, really important to have something sour. It's part of the balance, and it's just been trained out of us, so to get back into it is really quite difficult. So I cheat, and you might hear me say that in some of my videos. Sauerkraut with avocado on it, or a dressing on it, or olive oil on it, or something else on it. Quite often I'll put a salad dressing on it that I've made. Doesn't happen very often. There's another salad dressing that but just eat it with something, because sauerkraut on its own, you're like, I don't like this, this isn't very nice. Eventually you'll get to it. The other thing that can be quite bitter, sour, are these sprouted seeds. They are super, 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 super delicious, and they're live foods, and they've got loads of enzymes that help your digestion. They don't taste great. It tastes like, they don't taste like anything. I say that. Yes, that's what we want to do, isn't it? But I sprinkle a few on. My favourite sprouts are alfalfa because they don't taste of anything. But I sprinkle a few on. These are something to get used to. Yeah. I don't really like them. I just sprinkle a few on because I know they're enzyme rich. They're good for digestion and all this kind of stuff. I don't eat very often. Very many of them. But then I balance it out and I go, whoo! Part of my diet. Now this is nice, sweet red pepper. Not the round bell pepper, that's too bitter, but there's long sweet red peppers. And I've got cream cheese in it. Philadelphia. It's delish. It's a really nice combo. So I'm not going to be raw 100%. I'm not going to be non-processed 100% because my life's really busy. But I'm going to be doing 80%. And for a bit of Philadelphia, disguise a few lettuce leaves and some sauerkraut. Game on, frankly. Because here's the thing. You want to eat this stuff and like it, but if you're eating processed food, it's a really massive gap. You're not going to be able to have it. So have a little bit of Philadelphia with a bit of salad. You're still having salad. I mean, that's the whole point, isn't it? It's transition. Otherwise, you will never, ever, ever transition. And then my favourite bit, I left it till last. Big beefy tomatoes and this hemp basil. You could just put a basil leaf on. I just like this hemp thing that you get from the health food shop. And it's oily, chewy. It loves tomatoes. And pop one in. Brings out the flavour of the tomato. It's juicy, it's textury, this pesto is just totally yum. And, you know, you feel like having a bit of a treat. And then you might have a little bit of, here's on the other one. On there's a bit of a sprout, a bit of sauerkraut, it's a bit of sprout. A bit zingy. But then you can go back to oh, tomato and basil. I'm done, I can't even finish this. Oh, that was delicious. So, need a little bit of sweet, which is the pepper. A little bit of a treat, which is the Philadelphia cheese, because that feels naughty, but it's actually really not. Not if you're transitioning. Tomato, sweet, watery. You can stick your sauerkraut in there, because you go, woo, in the middle of it. And pesto, which is, you know, you can find something that's your favourite stuff. So I'm kind of mellow now, I've eaten a little bit. I'm not too hyper, but yeah, it's a good mix. I never really understood the flavours of stuff, and this is why I'm doing this video, because you need to understand how flavours balance. And I'll do another video on it, like a specific one, but this is just me chatting. Because for 10 years I was just putting stuff together and it tasted horrible. I'd make a salad dressing and then I'd just go for the mayonnaise. So I would just never be able to transition. I would never be able to make the right decisions because it always tasted horrible. So I never knew until I got taught recently about salt, sweet, sour, spicy, oily. You've got to have all of those in. So if you watch some of my salads, the ingredients are not, you know, a handful of this, a cupful of this. It's put some of these in because it's a balance of the flavours. So have another look at it. Have a look at this. And don't go to, oh, a recipe, I've got to follow it exactly. But think about the balance. You need, you know, a balance of all these different things in it. See what you do. And then you don't feel like you've cheated. You don't feel like, oh my God, I'm not raw. I'm not totally healthy because Philadelphia is really bad. Take a reality check. Get it global. You're doing the very best you can with the time and the situation that you can. That's quite a serious video for me today. Namaste, everybody.